Welcome in everyone. In today's video, we're going over which of the two factions you should join in Zero Sievert. We'll be covering the various ups and downs of joining each respective side, as well as giving my personal opinion on which of the two factions are better. We'll start off with the basics of how these factions operate in case you're unfamiliar, then move on into the info that may help you decide which one's best for you. As you play Zero Sievert, you'll eventually reach a point where you can join up with one of the game's two army factions, the Green Army or the Crimson Corporation. These are the guys you've been seen roaming around the maps in their green or red armor. When you first start the game, both sides are neutral towards you and will not fire on sight. You can complete a questline for each faction that will give you access to the respective trader, allowing you to buy various goods depending on your reputation. However, your reputation is capped, which locks you out from buying most of the interesting stuff. Once you make enough progress in a faction's questline, they'll offer to let you join them to help them further their campaign in Zakov. Officially joining one faction will cause the other faction to start viewing you as hostile, meaning they'll start firing at you on sight. The opposing faction's reputation level will also be capped at a much lower number, meaning you can only buy a very limited amount of supplies from their vendor. On the flip side, the reputation level cap of the faction you join will be removed, and you can start leveling a reputation to buy the more lucrative items that the vendors offer. You'll also unlock the second half of the faction's questline, which involves you helping them clear out the other faction from various maps, so that your faction can occupy the strongholds. Now, the important question here is, which faction do I join? Well, it really depends on what gear and attachments you want reliable access to for your playthrough, as the main selling point of each faction is what they sell. For this section, I'll show you guys what each faction offers from their traders and point out what I believe are the best points for each faction. Each faction sells their respective caliber's low and high tier ammo, as well as the same armors, just colored different to match the faction. The Crimson Corporation sells Western weapons, ammo, and their respective attachments, such as the N401, the SCOP, and the Sector variants. They also offer the highest capacity bag in the game, turning you into a pack mule capable of holding nearly 40 kilograms of gear. They sell a variety of Western compatible attachments as well, but most importantly sell the best sight and best foregrip in game, which are compatible with all weapons. Some of my personal favorites of the weapons they sell are the N401 rifle, CC12 shotgun, Sector SMG, and the RS25 DMR. The Green Army sells Russian platform weapons, ammo, and their respective attachments such as the EC rifles, the SVD, and Gruza variants. This includes the SHA-12 ammo if you manage to find the weapon. They sell a variety of Russian compatible attachments, most notably a stock and rail that are the best stat changes for those slots, but are only compatible with the weapons that the Green Army sells. Some personal favorites that they sell are the Boulder shotgun, Gruza rifles, EC01, EC15, and the AVT. Now, for those of you who want my 2 cents on which faction shines more than the other, long story short, the Crimson Corporation is better by a landslide. The Crimson Corporation carries the best sight and foregrip for all weapons, and arguably the best purchasable weapons in the game. The CC12 shotgun has the largest shotgun capacity in the game once you find the drum mag, the Sector SMG deletes anything in close range combat, and the N401's high rate of fire and low recoil deletes class 6 enemies when using AP ammo. The huge bag is also a game changer if you're a loot goblin like me. The Green Army, on the other hand, has easy access to ammo for the SHA-12 if you can find it, as well as access to the 9x39 Gruza, which is the only purchasable 9x39 weapon. And that's kind of all they have, unless I'm missing something huge. My biggest gripe is that the 545 caliber AP ammo doesn't have a whole lot of pen for some reason, so you'd be forced to use the 7.62 weapons instead, which generally have a lot more recoil and are harder to handle for a small increase in damage. Unless you're using the mutant, which admittedly I haven't been able to find and test yet, but I do remember it being really solid back in the beta. But in the end, it just boils down to what gear you want to use for your playthrough. Do you want to build yet another meta M4 in yet another extract shooter game? Or do you want to go full cheeky breeky and demonstrate the AK supremacy to all of Zakov? If you guys found the video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how many of you guys agree with me that the Crimson Corporation is just outright better, or did I forget something huge about the Green Army that's a complete game changer? Good luck and happy scavenging.